you were the favor and protection of God. You knew that was the moment that, my goodness, he was with me.
So much like Troy, I don't know if there are multiples. I can't really think of one, right? But I'll say this: most people, after hearing this, would call me a prostate cancer survivor, right? So my father, now it's 15 years ago, got the call, and obviously you're like, wow, this just kind of hits you. And at the time, the robotic surgery was very new. He was looking at Mexico, looking at all these different places, got it done in June. So after that, obviously, I'm constantly on the radar. Every time now I'm getting my checkups, PSAs creeping up a little bit, and I'm thinking every time I go in now, like, I'm kind of red flagged. 3 years ago, I go in and he says, it's fine, but PSA is going up a little bit more. And so at this point, I'm thinking, is it inevitable, right? That's what's going on in my mind. And next visit, it was May, the following May, PSA had gone up more. So now I'm thinking, all right, in my mind and my spirit, I'm kind of getting, kind of preparing for what I think is maybe even more inevitable. But I wasn't worried, right? I wasn't worried or concerned, right? Because I was trying to be prepared. Next visit, he says, look, it's gone up a little bit more. If you want to take a precautionary measure, you get an MRI. I said, let's go. MRI didn't even come out of his mouth. I said, let's do it. I got 7 kids. I saw my father went through, and God bless him for saying, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. This is not just for me, this is for all these men out here who maybe feel a little bit tentative about going to get checked, right? We have a responsibility to our families, to our grandkids, right? To be there for them, right? Fast forward, he got checked. I got it checked. He said, you're fine, but if you want to take an extra measure to get a biopsy, go ahead. He didn't even push me to get the biopsy. I said, no, I got to get it. Well, after I got the biopsy, they found it, right? And even at that point, here's where I felt spiritually, right? At that point, I wasn't in denial, even though I know that they found it, but I didn't feel like I had cancer, if that made sense. If that makes sense, it may sound crazy, but it wasn't in denial, but I'm like, in my spirit, I'm like, I don't have it. It's just something I have to get done. Fast forward, got the surgery done, and it happened to be 13 years to the week that my father had his done, right? And I won't get into too many of the crazy details, but a week later, something happened with our bladder. You have this kind of response to our bladder. The same thing happened to my father a week later after his, right? So that's just to say, I don't know if this is called, what this is called, but I knew the whole time that I was gonna be okay, fully recovered. And I knew that the peace of God and the power of God and the presence of God was with me the whole time. And I just want to encourage any brothers out here, because one thing that I thought, right, what I thought was this is preeminently or prominently in black males. But the doctor was like, no, it's not just black males, right? It is common in all males. So you have to be proactive. Be proactive. And so the favor of God has been me with that whole time. It's been 2 years ago. I'm blessed. Wife is good. Everything's good. And so that I consider that, not one moment, but the favor of God has been on me that whole time.
Amen.